So, the first thing that we are going to do for lesson one is to analyze this important monologue from Act 5, Scene 5 of Macbeth. This is just a short 10-line monologue that he delivers in this scene, and it helps convey Macbeth's feelings about life here at the end of the play. And so I just wanted to go through the first couple of lines and metaphors with you, just like we will be doing in class in case you can't make it to the live lesson. So the speech begins tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. And so question one asks, what pace is set by the first four lines? And of course, we have this phrase, this petty pace, but the word petty isn't really going to help you very much. So pace kind of means speed. So you have tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. And it's a very slow line. And then you have the word it creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time. And so it's very slow, which goes along with life. He's saying life just creeps by so slowly. And then number two asks what words and phrases support that choice. And so you have a couple of things going on here. You have the very long words of tomorrow said over and over again. And then long words like syllable and recorded. And those things just drag the lines out to emphasize that life is slow. And so then the rest of this speech is just full of metaphors. And it begins here with all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. And so the page asks you to think about what does it mean that death is dusty? What do you think that would imply about life? And so I'm going to let you answer that one on your own. The rest of the metaphors read like this. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. So it's like four different metaphors. And so the first one here, we have out, brief candle. And so first of all, it's telling you life is brief. And if you think of it, if your lifespan is a candle and you think of it as like the candle melting down, but this candle was brief, meaning it was either very short or perhaps was blown out too early, blown out before its time. And so it ended perhaps unnaturally. But then also to say life is like a candle, I mean, how easy or hard is it to blow out a candle? It's not very hard at all. I mean, just a strong wind or somebody walking by too quickly could blow out a candle. So that's also kind of saying at the same time that life is fragile. So there's a lot going on in just that one metaphor. Then the next one says life is but a walking shadow. And so question 3C here asks, what's the difference between real life and a shadow? Because what he's saying here is life is just a shadow. It walks, it moves, but it's just a shadow of real life. And so like you think about the difference between yourself and a shadow. You know, people have features, we have expression, we have personality and individuality, and there's, joy and emotion that can come from us. But a shadow is just bare, it's flat, colorless, expressionless, and it doesn't even have any choices. A shadow can only do what the person it is cast after does. So for life to be a shadow means that it has no expression, no joy, no emotion, no choice. It's just walking through. And so hopefully that gives you an idea of what you're being asked to do with these two remaining metaphors. So you'll choose one and break it down like that too. It tells you up here that poor player means an unskilled actor. So figure out what it means to strut and fret. His hour upon the stage. Why is it significant that this player only gets an hour and then is heard no more? Or you can choose to look at this one, that life is a tale told by an idiot. What kind of a story would that be? Full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. And write about one of those two. And then you're going to take all of this as a whole, all the ones that I went over and then the one you chose to go over, and think about, so what does this show us about Macbeth's mindset at the end of the play? How is he doing? How is he feeling as he faces going out into the battlefield to fight for his life? And you'll write your answer to this final question on Kidim and upload your answers to the worksheet there as well.